Ander saves the baby. Ander was 15 years old. He was one of the best students of his district. Every day, he would walk 3 kilometers to reach his school. One day, he was on his way to school when he heard a man shouting. Ander turned around and saw a horse running on the road. It seemed to be scared. Behind it was a cart that was swaying dangerously from side to side. The owner of the horse was running behind. As the horse passed Ander, he realized there was a young boy sitting alone in the cart. The boy was crying very loudly. Ander could see that the boy was very scared. In a trice, Ander jumped towards the horse and grabbed its reins. He pulled the reins with all his might. The horse reared up, but Ander did not let go. He was able to subdue the horse and save the child. Anya helped Azuri. Anya and Azuri studied in the same class. They were good friends. Azuri had been a victim of polio when she was very young. Due to this, her legs were slightly deformed. However, Azuri did not let herself feel physically challenged. One day, the school organized a marathon to raise money for charity. All the children in school were participating. The student would donate the money to the underprivileged children. Azuri too wanted to help raise money and decided to participate in the marathon. Anya supported her decision and promised to help. Azuri could not run very fast. Most of the children had finished the race when she was near the halfway mark. Anya was near the finish line when she noticed Azuri lagging behind. She came back to help her friend and ran with her. She encouraged her till Azuri finally crossed the finish line. Edmundo saves his father's life. Edmundo lived with his parents in an upscale area of Sao Paulo. Every year, they used to go to the hills and stay in a secluded cottage. There were no shops or neighbors nearby. Edmundo and his family enjoyed their stay there. One day, they heard an announcement on the radio that a severe storm was expected. Edmundo's father went outside to check whether there was some danger to the house. Unfortunately, he slipped and fell. He hurt himself badly. Edmundo's mother could see that a doctor was needed immediately, but the nearest doctor lived an hour away. Edmundo's father was in great pain and needed medical attention. Edmundo volunteered to bring the doctor. He went out in the raging storm and hiked over the hills until he reached the doctor. By then, the storm had abated and the doctor came back with him. Thanks to Edmundo, his father was saved. Zola fights for her country. Zola lived in South Africa many years ago. At that time, South Africa was under the regime of apartheid. Under this, every person was given a position on the basis of the color of his skin. The white minority lived in great comfort. They had access to whatever they wanted. The blacks, on the other hand, were forced to live in small and cramped quarters. They had access to limited education and had to perform menial jobs. They were not allowed many facilities simply because their skins were black. Many people revolted against this system. The government jailed all those who opposed apartheid. Those who escaped detention went into hiding. They needed help in contacting one another. Zola was only 11 years old girl at that time, but she volunteered to help carry messages from one leader to another. In this way, she helped to keep the movement alive.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.